Sam Mays, Choctaw's senior linebacker from Arab, Alabama, joins us now. And Sam, thanks so much for your time. And let's begin by talking about the game against Mary Hardin-Baylor. You guys, I thought, had a really good game plan, executed the game plan. No, you were disappointed in the outcome, but I think the coaching staff is really pleased with how your team performed. And tell us a bit about how the players think how the team performed after that ball game.
Well, you know, it's always disappointing to have a loss, but as a unit, I think we gelled very well in the second half. We really showed our capability and what we were able to do when we pulled together. And
in terms of stopping the run, which is something the Choctaws had problems with against LC 2 weeks ago, against a great running offense, so you're able to do that.
Yes, we did a very good job of controlling the line of scrimmage. Our defensive line, led by Jeremy Horton, and of course Branch, did a very good job of creating a new line of scrimmage a yard or so deep and behind their line, and it allowed the linebackers to run freely.
Talk about the defensive line play a little bit because they have been pretty consistent all year long.
They're very dominating, very strong, very athletic. That's one thing that sets our defensive line apart from others. That they're just very, very physical and dominating. So they playing behind those guys is very easy.
What did the coaching staff have to tell you after the game this past Saturday night?
Well, obviously they were disappointed in the loss, but they said that they were proud of us for fighting for 60 minutes. That's kind of been our motto for this year, is playing the whole game, and so that was one thing that Coach Joseph commended us on.
And that's something that has been especially important against Mary Hardin-Baylor, because if you do fall behind them, they're a really tough team to play catch-up ball on, and you guys have done it not just this year but last year too.
Yeah, they do a real good job of controlling the ball, and we put ourselves in a good position to be successful, but also our penalties and things like that hindered us from putting points on the board.
Got a new defensive coordinator this year in Coach Chad Walker. Tell us about what it's like to play with him.
Coach Walker has really been a role model and leader for this team. He brings a lot of experience from his past jobs to Mississippi College. He's a great motivator, great man. One thing special about Coach Walker is he's always looking to get the best out of the guys, and he believes in motivating each person individually, not just as a consecutive unit.
We've got a lot of freshmen who've made an impact on defense this year. As a senior on this team, that's got to be especially encouraging for you to see these young guys stepping up making some plays.
It really is encouraging. There's with the young guys we've got, they've got a lot of talent. Very coachable guys, very athletic guys, and it's real promising knowing that these guys are going to be able to fill those roles next year when the seniors leave. I have to mention Dylan Causey and Garrett Horst, two guys who have just really stepped into the role and done a very good job.
We've got East Texas Baptist University today. Tigers are always a very physical football team, and a little bit like Louisiana College, they've got some key players at skill positions who are playmakers. And what have you seen on tape from these guys so far?
Well, they're very athletic. They've got a very big offensive line. The quarterback is one of their key guys. He's making plays all over the field. When a hole gets clogged up, he's very good at bouncing it out. He's kind of a Pat White, Michael Vick kind of quarterback. But we plan on shutting him down.
Well, the conference championship is no longer an option for the Choctaws, but I know Coach Joe and the staff have talked to you about some goals for the rest of the season. What have they told you?
Well, it's disappointing that that's not the case anymore. But we always want to go out with pride. I always want to go out with a winning record, and with that brings in the next class. It's always good to go out winning and to set the standard for the upcoming season.
As a senior, what are some of the things you're going to remember most about your time here at Mississippi College?
It would definitely be the men that I played with. Going back to my freshman year all the way up till now, there's always been influential people in my life that are players, and they really they show you the way and what it is to be a college football player.
And I know some of those guys probably have stuck around. You've had them now as a graduate assistants or assistant coaches too, and so you're able to get their influence even more once their playing career is done.
Yes, we have guys like Renard Ellis, who's been around here for the past 2 years as a graduate assistant, and coming up with him it was a blessing, because he's a guy who he's the exemplary player, really. He shows all the good qualities of a man, and as a good athlete.
Well, what is next for you after your time here at MC is complete?
Well, I plan to go to law school. I don't know where yet. I just took the LSAT a couple of Saturdays ago, and so after that, we'll see what happens.
Well, we wish you all the best in your future after Mississippi College. Wish you good luck tonight, too.
Thanks, sir.